Be yourself. Be yourself. Now come on, Marky and I are making snow angels.
I don't want to be myself.
Hey, I hope you're doing well. Quick thought. This episode is, well, it's for everybody, but I've got those of us who've got like eldest sibling syndrome, which probably is not an actual thing, but it is an actual thing. I've got those of us with that in mind. So, if you are an eldest sibling, or just act like you somebody's eldest sibling, act like you the boss somewhere, this is for you. Um, I am the oldest of four, even though my foster sister is like 9 months older than me. However, she did not come to live with us until until she and I were in our teens. So I'm still the big sister. She's gonna fight me, just so you know. She's not gonna agree, but we got a joke. Anyway, I am. Well, I'm really actually one of each. In my household that I was raised in, I was adopted, and I was the eldest of those siblings. My birth mom, I'm her baby, her second child, and my birth father, I'm his middle kid. So really, I'm one of each. So I'm a little bit crazy. I got all the things, but what I was actively raised as was the oldest sibling, and I carried that attitude into my life because that's what I knew. But these have been some pitfalls of mine. If you find that as an eldest sibling or whatever person with that energy, that no, let me just tell you this. As an eldest sibling, as an elder in the family, and carrying that position into society, it is okay to be soft sometimes. Now listen, softness has not always been a part of our childhood experience because a lot of times we had to grow, well, while we were growing up, we had to basically be the junior parent. We were at least the junior mom, might have been the junior dad at times, um, but we had a lot of responsibility, and so we just carried in that, but carried on with that as we aged. But let me tell you this: it is okay and sometimes necessary to sit down and just be soft. You are allowed to have feelings, actual human feelings. You are allowed to be loved and to feel well loved. You are allowed to be tired because sometimes life is exhausting and that's just the way things are. You're allowed to be hopeful and to have dreams and aspirations. You're allowed to not have it together all of the time because we often just have to keep whatever together. You're allowed to dream big. Matter of fact, I think it's encouraged. It should be anyway. Dream big. But also, don't feel awkward about taking some of those lived experiences of yours and parlaying them into your childhood in a healthy way. I mean, into your adulthood in a healthy way. We often had to be marital counselors, listening to our parents' issues, um, or one parent over the other, depending on what your experience was. We often had to be the rule bearer. We had to, that stuff serves us well as adults. You know, it's okay to be a listening ear to your people, to your community. Um, and naturally, you gotta follow rules. So if you already got that instilled in you when you're younger, that's cool. Listen, the hardest part for me as I've aged has been learning how to soften up. I didn't even realize that I was so internally um, bouldered over, just well secured, you know what I'm saying? And I was missing out a lot of times on certain experiences just because they didn't register to me. I'm not used to having that. As a kid, I didn't grow up in that space. So when I was as an adult, I found it more difficult to lean into that space. Lean into that space. You are worth attention. Just focused on you, because a lot of times we don't get personal attention, and if we do, something's wrong. We did something. Um, you are allowed to just be you, whatever that is in any given moment. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel awkward about it. Don't feel like you've got to be any place or anything that you are not actually there. I mean, that you are not yet. You know what I'm saying? Just, just be. You know. Anyway,
Be
I'll probably have some more to say about this because
Be yourself.
these are things that I've had to
Now, come on, Mikey and I are making
really
snow
give
angels.
attention to in my adulthood.
I want to
So
be myself.
I have an opinion about them. So I'll be back on the subject matter at some point. I'm sure I will. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. I'm Lici Brown, and that's what's going down. I hope you're having the best day.